Wow, it has been a hot minute since I have been on this channel. I'm just gonna get straight to the point. I wanted to delete this channel. I've been debating about whether or not I should keep posting videos on it, and one of my videos kind of took off, which was my first month selling digital downloads on Etsy. That one gained like 27,000 views, and I posted that like 4 months ago, and my dog is like, he's just licking me. I started this series because I kind of knew that it was gonna take off. Like, I had an inkling that it was gonna do well because I've seen other people do it, and I was like, oh, this is an opportunity for me to get my YouTube channel off the ground and gain subscribers, possibly get attention from other people. And that led to me starting an Etsy shop, a new one, even though I already had my original one that I mentioned in that video, because I've been doing Etsy for like 2 years now. My last video was my second month selling on Etsy, and I think at that point I was just not feeling it with my Etsy shop. TBH, I don't really know how people manage and juggle so many Etsy stores, and I was just getting so burnt out and discouraged. I changed my Etsy shop 3 times, like changing products, because I couldn't find anything that I enjoyed making, and also that wasn't, yeah, I think that was probably the biggest thing, not really enjoying what I was creating. And so it felt like I was just creating products more so for content to post here and about my results, rather than truly wanting to create for the sake of it and seeing where that would go. And another reason why I took a break was because there were a lot of things that I was dealing with in my personal life, and it was really hard to just sit in front of a camera. Like, I think I filmed, actually, I think I filmed like 6 videos in the past 3 months. I actually had them ready, but I just couldn't get myself to edit them because I wasn't in a healthy mental state. Sorry, my dog is walking and it might be a little loud. Long story short, as you can tell from my background and my previous videos, I have moved back to my home country in the States because originally I was in Taiwan. So a lot of big changes for me. Yeah, I think I was just really struggling with feeling unfulfilled by the content I was making and the purpose of why I was doing the series. It was pretty obvious, like, oh, people wanted to keep watching and wanted to know more about how the rest of the months would go with this new Etsy shop. But behind the scenes, I was very unhappy and I was struggling to find fulfillment in my content. With that said, I think moving forward, I no longer be continuing this series, also just because I stopped like by the 4th month. Like I told you guys, I did pre-record videos of me I actually followed through like 2 more months of maintaining this Etsy shop, and then I was like done with it because I was so miserable. And you guys might be wondering why. Well, maybe nobody's wondering, but the reason why I decided to continue this channel is I'm a Christian, and actually the past few months, even though I took a break from everything like content creation with this channel, I really grew closer to God. And that was such a big blessing from all of this, because I really hit rock bottom in my personal life, and I drew strength from my faith, and that is what kept me going. And so coming out of, just this dark place that I was in, I was questioning, like, God, why did you want me to start this channel in the first place? Why did you give me this ambition? Or was this on my own accord, And I had to really reflect on it and what my mission for this channel was. And I think he just gave me a lot more conviction and clarity in terms of how I want this channel to look moving forward. Rather than starting a new one, I thought I would just continue with this one, but change my perspective of my future content and what I would talk about. I think for me, one of the biggest things that I have been convicted of is authenticity and transparency, because I'm getting real with you guys, but I think it's so easy to be tempted by marketing schemes and like pyramid schemes, and it's literally so easy to be like teaching you how to make $10,000 a month or $30,000 a month. And you know, there's like these sellers that don't, or these like marketers that don't actually show proof of it. It's all like just content marketing to grab people's attention, right? Guys, I was like wrestling with this for the longest time. I was also wrestling with this with my Etsy shop, the new one that I started, because I was like, yeah, if I'm not making a certain amount of money, if I'm not hitting a certain amount of money, like no one's gonna want to keep watching the series, because people like results and they like seeing linear results, right? At least that's what I thought, and that's what I expected for myself. So I think like my morals and my values were tested as someone who like wanted to start my own business and wanted to see quick results and gain money, you know, like just make money. I think I was definitely tempted ethically and morally because I saw other people using these marketing tactics to gain profit, and there were a lot of people falling for it, you know, and it's like, wow, this is actually so easy to do, because some people just don't even realize they fall into that scheme. Sorry, that was kind of a rant, but I was like, the Holy Spirit was convicting me because I was like, I can't be like that. With that said, I did want to answer some questions that some people have asked me on my most watched video. So one of the most popular questions that I have been getting is, can you link your Etsy shop, or what is your shop name on Etsy? And because I was doing the series, I didn't want to disclose it, just because when you disclose your Etsy shop name, everybody's gonna search for it, right? And that lowers your conversion rate. Just on any platform, if your click-through rate isn't converting into sales, Etsy is going to take that into consideration and weigh that in terms of your shop's visibility, because if it's not converting, then they're probably going to show your listings less and probably show another shop's listing selling a similar product if people are actually buying. So that's actually why big Etsy sellers don't disclose their Etsy shop name, because they don't want the amount of visitors that are coming to their store to affect their sales. But I'm gonna share my Etsy shop name. So it was called Mamuko Studios. You guys can search that up if you want. And with that store, I was selling, like small business templates, like on Canva, where people can edit them and they can use them for their businesses, such as like microblading, like lash extensions, etc. I'm also just sharing this with you guys because I plan to sell Christian wall decor moving forward with this store that I just told you guys about. I'm not trying to hide it. I don't feel like there's a need to, because I'm not putting pressure on myself to necessarily get sales. I think it'd be nice, like if you know you guys are Christian and you are looking for some wall art, I'm gonna be planning that soon. That's still in the works, but yeah, the store Mamuka Studios, has to be revamped, and I have to change all the products. Okay, another one that I have been getting asked is it realistic to make a full income from Etsy? Yes, because there are a lot of Etsy sellers that have generated over 6 figures selling. You do want to take into consideration though, because when people take screenshots, and this is what I realized, when people take screenshots of their revenue, they don't actually take screenshots of their net profit, because Etsy takes a lot away from how much you're actually, like, from your revenue. So how much you're actually making in terms of net profit can look very different from the total revenue. So for example, if someone's making like 100K from 1 year, they could actually be making like 60K because of taxes and because of Etsy's fees. I guess with that said, in order to be making a full income from Etsy, you actually have to be making a lot more to be considered, I guess, like full-time income. But yes, it is realistic. Has it been realistic for me? No. I'm okay with that. But if you want to make full-time income from it, it is possible. It's gonna take a lot of time and effort, but you can do it. Okay, someone else said, can you share tips for creating listings? I can probably show a tutorial in a future video, so keep an eye out for that. I can use Canva to show you guys like how to create listings, if that's what you guys want. So comment below if you still want to see that. Another question that I got is, what is your background in education? I feel like many of the people who make and sell digitals have backgrounds in graphic design. I don't have money or time for that. I have 3 college degrees. Dang, girl. Okay. And would love to finish my passion and retire. Journals, making digitals, but I suck at marketing and need to learn how to make them. Any suggestions? That's a great question. Thanks for asking. So my background education is actually in speech therapy. So very different from graphic design and marketing. I didn't know what I wanted to do actually going into college, so I just chose that major. I had to learn everything from scratch, like marketing and graphic design. I also have a blog, so that really helped me to learn how to market research and how to create graphics, because I post my blog posts. I promote them through Pinterest, and actually a lot of Etsy sellers also promote their products through Pinterest. So I guess my first tip is stick with one graphic design software, which is Canva. It's probably the most, oh, that's bad grammar. It's the easiest free tool out there to use when it comes to graphic design, and I think so many Etsy sellers use that to create their listings, and there's also like free templates as well, so you actually don't have to spend too much time starting from scratch. So if you guys have any other further questions about just graphic design and marketing, do let me know. So I'm seeing a lot of people mention like they like feeling overwhelmed and not really knowing where to start when it comes to making an Etsy shop. Also, I just want to point out, it is summertime, guys. Summertime is when people are looking for things like journal prompts to get into that, I don't know, summer girl era and like, you know, self-discovery era. And there's a lot of people that want to revamp their walls and, you know, renovate their homes. And I think you should take that into consideration if you are feeling like no one's going to buy your products. There's actually so many trends out there like that are happening, and I think this is the perfect opportunity to start an Etsy shop. So if you want to get 40 free listings, I'm going to provide a link down below, and that's going to save you $8 because it's not that cheap starting an Etsy shop, TBH, but you can post 40 free products from the start. So I'll leave that in the description box. I'm just gonna say, like, starting any side hustle, whether that's a blog, a TikTok, any social media account, a YouTube channel, an Etsy shop, it's bound to be overwhelming, and I think that's what prevents a lot of people from starting, and I completely understand that. If you have skills that you want to share and you have time and you have the ambition, I would say just do it, because God has given you this time to use. I think for me, like, I can say the same. I didn't have any background in marketing or graphic design or market research and stuff like that, but I think it's a matter of the more you build your skills, the more you develop them, the easier it becomes. So that's why I'm actually able to create listings in like an hour and an hour and a half, depending on the product. But trust me, the process will get faster the more familiar you get with using, like, for example, Canva or Etsy's platform and its interface. So yeah, don't be discouraged, but you can do it. I believe in you guys for those who are interested in starting your own Etsy shop. I guess in terms of how the future is going to look in terms of this channel, I'll still be posting about Etsy. I'm also going to be talking about how to start a blog, because I got accepted into Mediavine a few months ago. It's an ad agency, and it's been another side hustle for me, which I'm so blessed with, and I really want to share with those who are interested in starting your own blog. And yeah, and hopefully I can share some faith-related content as well. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. If you guys are actually watching, I don't know, it's been 4 months, but I'm still learning how to be on camera again. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you guys soon.